Good afternoon. Good evening. Joe, can I get Joe? Is Joe up too? There he is. Well, welcome. My name is Peggy Rowe. Joe, maybe you can talk.
Bonjour. Welcome, dear friends, dear continuations of our beloved teacher, Thay. We invite all of you to show up fully in this space. We're so grateful for this opportunity to gather with our open hearts, with our grieving hearts, with our loving hearts, and to celebrate our interbeing, to experience our interbeing. We're so grateful to Thay for allowing this moment to be possible. This is a sacred moment. We're holding each other in our hearts. we're supporting one another. We're recognizing that we're all part of Thay's continuation, and what a beautiful gift that is, to be a continuation of transformation and healing in our world.
Thank you, Joe. Reaching for a bell. Just wanted to say a few things about today before I turn it over to Joe. And we'll have the chat room open now and then later on in open space, but we're going to close it during the main section. And I didn't get to say I'm on the land of the Nahuatl people in Querétaro, Mexico. And I'm so grateful that we can be together. This is a very important day in the Buddhist tradition. This is a 7-day ceremony when we are really clear that the person is with us and that the continuation is real and that love never dies. So we gather together in this manner. We're going to have Joe begin and end. We are on Native American land in this country, and we'll be doing some of the Buddhist ritual, but also the very Western ritual of telling tributes and stories. There'll be an open space section where we'll open the mic, so to speak, open mic to hear from you all with, we hope, short stories, poems, and music. So thank you so much. This is very important that we gather in this way. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, dear Peggy. Thank you, Thay. So we're going to open in a ceremonial way, and so we want to pause the recording.
Thank you, Joe. I want to welcome wonderful friend Ava Avalos from Botswana, who will lead us in guided meditation.
Thank you, Peggy. Beloved Thay, beloved fourfold community, beloved monastics, venerables. I'm coming to you from the motherland, from the land of the Swana. And my name is Ava, and my Dharma name is Chan Han Bi, true action of compassion. And we're going to sit together in the ultimate now. So please find yourself a comfortable seat. Allow yourself to feel the solidity of the earth in whatever position you'd like to take, but to feel supported. Allow yourself to feel solid on the ground, but open to the sky. Allow yourself to be at home with yourself. Notice your breath. Allow your mind to become your breath. Allow your breath to soothe your body. As Thay strolls in the ultimate, allow yourself to sit peacefully in the ultimate with him. Coming home to yourself. Coming home to the Sangha. Coming home to Thay. Coming home to our ancestors. Welcome your breath. Welcome your aliveness. Allow yourself to notice and experience your tenderness. Honor that tenderness wherever it is. And if you feel that you need to gently rock, to release, to relax. Allow your body to feel good and allow yourself to follow your body's lead in breath and gentle movement. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Come into your senses. Allow your senses to call to you. Listen. Listen inside and listen without. Release your mind. Allow your mind to trust your body. Allow your body to be trusted. Sense and feel your heartbeat. How many places is the rhythm of your heart making itself known to you now? Breathe and beat. Beat and breathe. As we sit together with Thay, we continuously come back to the home within, to the island of beauty within, to the island of stability, of grace, of insight, of peace. In our shared tenderness, we come together to open, to heal, as a fourfold Sangha from outside, and now with Thay forever within. rivers and streams within. Mountains and valleys within. Oceans within. Sunlight, moonlight within. Clouds, rain, and rivers within. Animals, plants, and minerals within. Continents, nations, neighbors within. Children, babies, toddlers within. Orchestras, voices, and harmony within. Dancers dancing within. Parents, teachers, friends within. Beauty, space, liberation within. Mindfulness, concentration, insight within. tenderness, softness, gentleness within. Safety, healing, peace within. Thay everywhere. Thay forever within. And deepest gratitude.
So I want to invoke the names of the bodhisattvas today to call on the highest ideals within us and amongst us. These are qualities of love that live within each of us and amongst us, to call on our highest aspiration as we continue. Sister, anything you want to say to start?
Dear beloved friends, as Ava just led us to remember that the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas are within.
We invoke your name, Avalokiteshvara. We aspire to learn your way of listening in order to help relieve the suffering in the world. You know how to listen in order to understand. We invoke your name in order to practice listening with all our attention and open-heartedness. We will sit and listen without any prejudice. We will sit and listen without judging or reacting. We will sit and listen in order to understand. We will sit and listen so attentively that we will be able to hear what the other person is saying and also what is being left unsaid. We know that just by listening deeply, we already alleviate a great deal of pain and suffering in the world.
We invoke your name, Manjushri. We aspire to learn your way, which is to be still and to look deeply into the heart of things and into the hearts of people. We look with all our attention and open-heartedness. We look with unprejudiced eyes. we look without judging or reacting. We will look deeply so that we will be able to see and understand the roots of suffering, the impermanent and selfless nature of all that is. We will practice your way of using the sword of understanding to cut through the bonds of suffering, thus freeing ourselves and other species.
We invoke your name, Samantabhadra. We aspire to practice your vow, to act with the eyes and heart of compassion, to bring joy to one person in the morning and to ease the pain of one person in the afternoon. We know that the happiness of others is our own happiness, and we aspire to practice joy on the path of service. We know that every word, every look, every act, and every smile can bring happiness to others. We know that if we practice wholeheartedly, we ourselves may become an inexhaustible source of peace and joy for our loved ones and for all species.
We invoke your name, Shidigarbha. We aspire to learn your way of being present where there is darkness, suffering, oppression, and despair, so we can bring light, hope, relief, and liberation to those places. We are determined not to forget about or abandon those in desperate situations. We will do our best to establish contact with those who cannot find a way out of their suffering, those whose cries for help, justice, equality, and human rights are not being heard. We know that hell can be found in many places on earth. We will do our best not to contribute to creating more hells on earth and to help transform the hells that already exist. We will practice in order to realize the qualities of perseverance and stability, so that, like the earth, we can always be supportive and faithful to those in need.
The insight that brings us to the other shore. Avalokiteshvara, while practicing deeply with the insight that brings us to the other shore. suddenly discovered that all of the 5 skandhas are equally empty. And with this realization, he overcame all envying. Listen, Shariputra, this body itself is emptiness, and emptiness itself is this body. This body is not other than emptiness, and emptiness is not other than this body. The same is true of feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness. Listen, Shariputra, phenomena bear the mark of emptiness. The true nature is the nature of no birth, no death, no being, no non-being, no defilement, no purity, no increasing, no decreasing. That is why in emptiness, body, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness are not separate self-entities. The 18 realms of phenomena, which are the 6 sense organs, 6 sense objects, and 6 consciousnesses, are also not separate self-entities. The 12 links of interdependent arising and their extinction are also not separate self-entities. Ill-being, the causes of ill-being, the end of ill-being, the path, insight and attainment are also not separate self-entities. Whoever can see this no longer needs anything to attain. Bodhisattva, to practice the insight that brings us to the other shore, see no more obstacles in the mind, and because there are no more obstacles in the mind, they can overcome all fear, destroy all wrong perceptions, and realize perfect nirvana. All Buddhas in the past, present, and future, by practicing the insight that brings us to the other shore, are all capable of attaining authentic and perfect enlightenment. Therefore, Shariputra, it should be known that the insight that brings us to the other shore is a great mantra, the most illuminating mantra, the highest mantra beyond compare, the true wisdom that has the power to put an end to all kinds of suffering. Therefore, let us proclaim our mantra to praise the insight that brings us to the other shore. Gate ate paragate parasamgate bodhiswa. Gate ate paragate parasamgate bodhiswa. Gate ate paragate parasamgate bodhiswa.
This is Brian Kimmel, Dharma teacher from Seattle, and if we could add Kate on a spotlight. Thank you for singing your heart out like I knew you would be, Kay. Thank you.
No coming, no going.
Spotlight.
No after, no before.
I hold you close to me
I release you to be so free.
because I am in you.
And you are in me.
Because I am in you.
And you are in me.
No coming, no going.
No after, no before.
I hold you close to me
I release you to be so free.
because I am in you.
And you are in me.
Because I am in you.
And Thay, you are in me.
You do one more round, please.
No coming, no going.
No after, no before.
I hold you close to me
I release you to be so free.
because I am in you.
And you are in me.
Because I am in you.
And Thay, you're in me.
Thank you, BK. And that was Kate from Asheville, North Carolina, who's been helping us out. And if we can get Joe spotted up here. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, BK.
Dear Thay, dear family, I'd like to offer this Sangha song in honor of our beloved community, our multifold community, and in honor of our embodiment of Thay's continuation. I wonder, Kate, if it's possible to be able to share the words in chat so people could sing along. Okay. There we go. All right, I'll just put the refrain in, and feel free to sing along, to play along, to move, to be still, to enjoy this honor song however you would like. Thank you, dear Thay. You are the Buddha, smiling gently as one, and you are Jesus, compassion, community, communion. You are Mother Earth, giving her life to us all, and you are the water flowing, you are the rain fall. And I am one cell in this body, I am one beat of your heart, and with your help and your guidance I can learn to do my part. You are the Buddha, smiling gently as one, and you are Jesus, compassion, community, communion. You are Mother Earth, giving her life to us all, and you are the water flowing, you are the rain fall, and I am grateful to you. I am grateful for you, and I am grateful to you, and I am grateful, and I trust you, and I trust you. You are the Buddha.
But Joe, could you say something about the honor song?
Well, it's just a way to honor those who have served us, and to honor those who have made a way for us. And as we all know, our beloved teacher Thay has made a beautiful way for us, and all of his ancestors have made a way for him. And we give thanks to all those who have come before us, all those wise ones who have made a way for us to be loving and peaceful in this world. Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. It's Joe Reilly, Dharma teacher from Detroit, and if we could bring Brad up with a poem. I know our team at Lotus wanted to offer a contribution, and Kate and Brad have both been 20-year practitioners plus with Thich Nhat Hanh. So Brad has a poem.
Thank you, Peggy.
Doesn't look like you, Brad.
You look better than me, but Thich Nhat Hanh gave me the name about 10 and a half years ago of True Ocean of Actions. And I wrote this poem to honor all that he's done for me. I dreamt one day of a God of laughter. Their peals of joy filled my heart with hope and love. Their glistening eyes saw right through me to my soul. Then you whispered a reminder to breathe them in, to dance together till I was soaked, to remember that the God and I were one. I dreamt one night, one very dark night, of a blue-faced man. He danced bare-chested on his victims, bringing me fear and dread with anger. And then you whispered a reminder to breathe him in, to dance together till I was soaked, to remember that the blue-faced man and I were one. And I dreamt last night of you, my teacher, your smile so pure, your words like salve. You brought me happiness and peace. And then you whispered a reminder to breathe you in, to dance together till I was soaked, to remember that you, dear Thay, and I were and always will be one.
Thank you, Brad. So I don't think Mina made it yet. So I think we're ready to open up to open space. This is a time to offer short gratitude, appreciation, song, dance, poem, to honor, to remember, to celebrate. And BK, I didn't know if you wanted to do a song when we entered into this section or not. But BK, you got something to start us off?
I can share just that the song, the metta song to the tune of Amazing Grace comes to mind just because it's a way to first take care of ourselves, but in taking care of ourselves, we take care of others too, in a way. So I'd like to sing that just because it's a beautiful reminder and I like singing it. So, and you can make gestures with it too. You can dance, you feel happy, and that's our practice. So I'll sing this. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May Thay. May Thay be filled with loving kindness. we know he already is. May Thay be well. May Thay be peaceful and at ease. May Thay be happy.
It's wonderful to be here with you all today. I wanted to just offer some brief context, and Kate, if I could have screen share access, maybe I already do, so I could show the poem, that would be wonderful as well. But I got to first meet Thay and the Mahasangha in my ancestral homeland of India. And when Thay came to India, that particular time, and I know some of you were there on tour, but I don't know if you know the larger context, but New Delhi, where I was living, was the site of, there were 5 bomb blasts in the course of 1 month leading up to Thay's visit. And so it was a pretty heightened time, and these bombs were fueled by communal tensions. And I'll never forget doing a walk for peace outside of India's parliament to India Gate. And my most powerful memory, though, was a talk that Thay gave on the anniversary of Gandhi's birth at the site of his martyrdom. And that's the evening that really changed my life forever. And so wanted to just offer that context before I share this offering that came to me on Sunday at Deer Park during the memorial pin ceremony. Beloved Thay, you lit my bodhicitta in my ancestral homeland on the anniversary of Gandhi's birth at the site of his martyrdom. You taught me about no birth, no death, and no fear, as you invited us all to be the Mahatma's continuation. Now your spiritual children are being called to be your continuation. And there's no greater honor than to be your spiritual daughter. No greater life purpose than to strive to embody your teachings in the insight of interbeing. And no greater aspiration than to walk in this world with your gentle, loving presence. I vow to walk the Bodhisattva path together with my brothers and sisters. I vow to continue your commitment to King of building beloved community, knowing that beloved community also extends to our Mother Earth. I asked you once, what's faith? And you told me faith is having confidence in your capacity to fully awaken your Buddha nature. Knowing that I can always touch your wisdom and love inside of me, I have faith. I am always held. The practice is my ultimate embrace, and it's the Sangha that keeps my bodhicitta lit. Buddham sharanam gacchami, Dhammam sharanam gacchami, Sangham sharanam gacchami.
Thank you so much, Mina. So wonderful to see you, my Bhakti girlfriend. Beautiful poem. Okay, so now at this point, we wanted to open up the space for other poems, songs. We want to start by opening up to people that don't usually have a voice in community. So that would be BIPOC, LGBTQI. If we have anybody from Africa that would like to speak, anybody really young, if you have any children with you, I want to start by spotlighting some of those voices.
Dear beloved Sangha, this is Pablo Bonigan. I'm calling from the traditional lands of the Wendat, the Anishinaabeg, the Haudenosaunee, the Mississaugas of the Credit. It's a meeting place of many different Indigenous peoples, also known as Toronto, Canada. My order of interbeing name is True Continuation of Brightness, Zan Jitming. And my mindfulness trainings name is Prism of the Heart. So it's a reflection of being part of the rainbow community. Just briefly, I like to share that RuPaul, if you don't know who RuPaul is a famous drag queen, asked the question, if you don't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? And Thay gave me the answer. So he taught me how to practice how to love oneself so that I can love other people through mindful breathing, deep listening, and loving speech. And I have so much gratitude to be able to see his manifestation as continuation and Sangha practice, particularly Dharma sharing. I think the first time that I ever stumbled upon Wake Up Toronto in 2017, my heart just opened up, and I'd asked myself, why didn't I do this my whole life? Where have you been my entire life? Dharma sharing. So I'm very happy to have Thay my heart. I'd just like to share a short poem. It's a poem I'd actually written as part of my OI aspiration, letter of aspiration, and it actually was a poem to honor one of the few Zen master female teachers that we have in the Zen tradition, which is also part of the lineage that we're part of, which is the Linji or Rinzai tradition. So I'm going to share this. I'll share my screen. I guess, I can't share my screen, but I will. I can. Then I'll just read it out. So briefly, I'd like to share a poem that I written in response to a poem from the Song Dynasty in honor of the late Tang Dynasty Zen master Maksan Liu Yin, one of the few known female Zen masters from our stream of spiritual ancestors. I like to think that my poem reflects the OI path. The ultimate dimension plays a game of hide and seek, but reveals itself through the present moment. Non-binary and non-dualistic, mindfulness touches healing amidst the flames of suffering. Empty of a separate self, gender and form arise from a myriad of conditions. Innumerable living beings walk with you on the path of compassion and freedom, nourishing blossoming lotuses in their awakened hearts. Thank you. Pablo Bonigan.
That was beautiful. And I believe, Jerome, you've got the floor.
I just wanted to acknowledge and say a great big thank you for Dr. Kwok Vo, who was instrumental in prolonging Thay's life after the stroke in 2014. He started treating Thay in the summer of 2015 when he was in San Francisco, and Benny Hoff would fly him to Plum Village to treat Thay when he was there, and also in Thailand and in Vietnam. And since COVID, he's been consulting almost daily with the monks and nuns in Hue to manage Thay's health. So much gratitude and love for Dr. Kwok Vo. Jerome bowing out.
welcome Grace.
Hello, dear friends. I have 2 sticks of incense. We're familiar with the 3 verses of the incense chant in the handbook. This is a 4th verse. The fragrance of this incense rises to the sky, perfuming the 10 directions, honoring our dear Thay.
I just wanted to say that I was honored to attend one retreat with Thay. And, you know, my life has taken me to Africa since then and lots of places. On hearing upon his death, I felt this tremendous sadness that I will not be able to get to know him in person anymore. So it's very healing and inspiring and meaningful to me to participate in this. I don't even want to say memorial, but to really reflect on the fact that he is in me. And even though I may not be able to be in the presence of his bodily person, I can incorporate the teachings and have them and feel him that way. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheila. And I wonder if we can have a song, if anybody's got a song to offer. Thank you, Sheila.
Dear Thay, dear Sangha, my name is Nan. I have a song. It's sort of a joyful song. And one of the things that I am touched so deeply with Thay and with other spiritual leaders like the Archbishop Desmond Tutu and others, the Dalai Lama, is their capacity to hold joy and suffering and to see the joy that's available. And it's part of what sustains me in dealing with the pain in the world and in myself. So this is a song that was written by a very lovely woman named Janet Feld. And I don't usually do this. I don't play in public, but I'm just moved to play this today and getting out of my comfort zone to share something that is, I think, just very sweet. Who's the Buddha talking to? He's talking on the phone. Who's the Buddha talking to? He's talking on the phone. Jesus, Moses, Joan of Arc, and Mohammed too. Maybe sharing deepest thoughts with him this afternoon. Could be Lao Tse, talking about the Tao Te Ching, or Lilith on the stars and the phases of the moon. Who's the Buddha talking to? He's talking on the phone. Who's the Buddha talking to? He's talking on the phone. Throughout time, when the prophets were called to lead, they took a leap of faith with no guarantees. And every time, every one of them questioned the divine, they chose to show us how to walk in love and peace. So everyone is worthy to heal someone in need. And every day it can be you who gets to plant the seed. An act of kindness seems so small, but it's bigger than the seed. when someone pays it forward, and it ripples endlessly, ripples endlessly, ripples endlessly. Oh, who's the Buddha talking to? He could be talking to you. Who's the Buddha talking to? He could be talking to you. Who's the Buddha talking to? He could be talking to you. Oh, who's the Buddha talking to? He could be talking to you. He could be talking to you. He could be talking to you. He could be talking to you.
Linda, bowing in from Southern Como and Coast Miwok land. And I wanted to show, this is it, because when I first went to Deer Park years ago in 2007, I had been looking for my teacher, my Buddhist teacher, and I didn't know much about Thay, but I walked onto the land at Deer Park and I said to myself, this is it. And I just knew that I had found my spiritual home and my spiritual teacher. There were children, there was singing, there was walking into the beautiful hills, there was smiling, there were nuns taking children and monks taking children off to play. And it just opened my heart. And I took the 5 mindfulness trainings that first time that I was there. And my name is Intuitive Giving of the Heart. So feel so blessed to have walked onto that property and to know that Thay was my teacher. And this is my Sangha. Thank you very much.
Hello, dear friends. I'm Keith. And I have a song that I wrote about a spiritual experience in the Sierra Nevada high alpine country. And it takes place in front of a lake, and the sun is rising over the 11,000 foot peaks behind us and lighting up the 11,000 foot peaks in front of us, turning them gold. And it descends down the face of the mountain in gold, and then it hits the granite and it turns to silver, and it's all being reflected in this lake. And it's just a most beautiful dance in Rock Creek Lake, and it inspired this celebration of nature and life. This world is dancing before our eyes, laden with silver and with gold, as we gaze with soft and loving eyes. It awakens and enfolds us in the spirit we behold. I feel myself awakening, body, heart, and mind, to the wonders of the world unfolding in everything I find. This world sings to me, you're mine. I feel my body coming to life, my emotions rise all around, my imagination's ignited by all the wonders I have found from a simple seed on the ground. So hold me in your loving mind, never let me go. I'll stay true to all that is, carry by the flow to a land I'd love to know. I wait for revelations, gentle whisper in my ear. Release myself into this world, relieved of all my fear. Earth's gentle song I hear. I feel myself awakening, body, heart, and mind, to the wonders of the world unfolding in everything I find. This world sings to me, you're mine. This world sings to me, you're mine. This world sings to me, you're mine.
Good morning, everyone, dear friends. This is Beth Sanchez.
Beth Sanchez.
Yeah.
My apologies, Beth. Welcome.
Hi. Great to see you all. I'd like to share a little story. By the way, I'm coming to you from ancestral Arapaho homeland, also known as Denver, Colorado. And this story was perhaps one of the most skillful and for sure powerful moments that I ever saw Thay engage in. And this was in the city of Hanoi, the seat of communist government in Vietnam, in the 2005 initial international delegation and trip. And some of you were there and will remember that there was a talk that he gave to a great number of Vietnamese governmental officials. And of course, it was a beautiful, skillful talk. And at the end, he received some somewhat nasty questions. I don't remember the exact thing. I'm going to paraphrase, but it was along the lines of, we don't need Buddhism in Vietnam anymore because we are a modern state. Why are you here? Why did you come back? We all know now that religion is the opiate of the masses, and you understand. And I remember so clearly Thay breathed and smiled, and he gave it a moment. And he responded something like this. I remember he said, we all know that the roots of Buddhism are very deep in Vietnam, and that when you cut the roots off of a tree, it will die. Also, among our monastic community, we do not have any private property. We share everything, and we make a vow for simple living. And in that way, we can be of service to the world. And therefore, we know that Buddhism and communism can go together because we do it every day. Something like that. And I just remember, I remember looking around at the Sangha members and everybody was like, whoa, wow. It was sort of like, this isn't Thay's way of communicating, but it was a little kind of like touche, We know that Buddhism and communism can go together because we're living it every day. And I think he even added, we are living the true communism. And I just will never forget that.
Dear Thay, dear Sangha, I'm hoping everyone can hear me. I just have returned from Deer Park, where I was able to I feel very fortunate to have been able to spend a couple of days with the monks and nuns there and Sangha. and it was quite lovely. And I would like to share a short little snippet of my life with Thay. And basically, I stopped eating animals over 30 years ago. And when I was in Plum Village, the one time I was able to go through the grace of the Sangha that supported me to go, during a formal eating meditation, formal lunch, I guess, with Thay and everyone, I received a really strong insight that that plants have feelings too, and that plants are alive too, and and it was so strong for me because I hadn't wanted to harm any other creatures, and yet just by my own existence, I'm still harming plants. And so there's no way to not harm anything. That it's not possible. And I've continued to eat the way that I eat, not because somebody says to do it or not to do it, but because it's what is inside me. It's what comes through me. And it's a vow that I made to myself when I was a small child. And it took a minute, till I was 20 something, to get through that. Now, I'm going to fast forward to now. In Deer Park, I had an insight from Thay, and what he said was, perhaps you should write about what it feels like to be misunderstood when you know you were right. And so I would like to pass that on to all of you to also find a time when you know you were right and everyone around you doesn't understand. And I would also like to offer to anyone here who may be struggling with eating meat and would like to not eat meat to contact me. I'd be happy to help. I'm thinking this might be something that I can offer to, the whole world. But I've, on this journey, just yesterday I was in La Jolla on my way back, and this woman just started talking to me about how she wanted to stop eating meat. And so I feel like it's Thay also coming through. And the last thing, while I was at Deer Park, in the vision that I had of Thay when I received this message, he was sitting with a lion on his right side and Oprah on his left side. And Oprah was nodding, saying, like that. So I think that's my third time with Oprah here in the inside. So I think maybe I do need to write something about this. So then in La Jolla last night, no, 2 nights ago, I had a dream where I was walking with a bear. And then last night came a tiger. So I had lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Thank you.
Thank you so much for putting this together. So beautiful. Just what I needed. There's just a little song we can all sing together because most of us know Dear Friends, but instead we're going to do Dear Thay. So, dear Thay, the words you'll catch. Let me tell you how I feel. You have given me such treasures. I love you so. So maybe we can all, sing that from our own little corners of the world. Dear Thay, let me tell you how I feel. You have given have given me such treasures. I love you so. You have given us such treasures. We love you so.
Dear Lotus Institute, and dear Thay, and dear Sangha, can you hear me okay? I have something very brief to share, and it's a painting that I did yesterday. I am not a professional painter. I went to visit Vietnam in 2019 with Trish Thompson on the Loving Work Retreat. And during that process, we were painting several murals for a school for disabled children and for a huge school for age kindergarten up to 8th grade. And while I was doing that painting, I suddenly realized, oh my God, I totally forgot my grandmother, Ruth, painted, and I never realized it was in me. And so just to keep my story very short here, there's a family member who has collected a lot of my my grandmother's paintings, which she did on plates and lamp. I don't know what you call it, but the thing that holds the lamp. And I've always felt really sad that I can't see them. And my grandmother painted a set of china for me when I got married, which I never did. And my cousin has this, but I've never seen it. So I decided that instead of feeling, sad and kind of resentful, that I would access my grandmother inside of me by painting myself. And so I'm surprised. But here is something that I did yesterday. Freesias.
Freesias.
I'm gonna send to Deer Park. So thank you very much for listening.
Hello, dear community. This is Rhonda bowing in. I'm zooming in from my parents' home in Baltimore, Maryland, the traditional lands of the Piscataway peoples. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, the traditional lands of the Cherokee, Choctaw, Yuchi Plus. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And so Thay, I met my teacher in a formal way in 2017 in terms of the practice. And I had my first retreat ever in my life at Magnolia Grove Monastery. By this time, Thay had already had his stroke. But I met Thay way back when. I just can't put my finger on it. It might have been in a Bell Hooks book. When Bell Hooks was talking about love and Thay. And one of my first books by Thay was Miracles of Mindfulness and Anger. One of my favorite practices is the mindfulness training, the fourth one, loving speech and deep listening, and number 8 and 9 of the 14, which are echoes of that. I'm in Baltimore, and right before this practice, I went into one of, you might say, a big hall in my house. It's the bathroom. I love Thay's stories and his joy. I mean, many of you might have heard Thay talk about going to the bathroom. Like, people have heard me tell this story with just like such joy and, excitement. The mundaneness of our lives and the daily practices that he has helped us to dig deep roots into, so that it's not just about the cushion and it's about how we move through life. So I went to the bathroom and I got some cards, present moment, wonderful moment, that I gave my mom. She pulls a card when she's in the big hall. and sets it out. And one of the ones that I pulled is called Ending the Day. The day is ending. Our life is one day shorter. Let us look carefully at what we have done. Let us practice diligently, putting our whole heart into the path of meditation. Let us live deeply each moment in freedom, so time does not slip away meaninglessly. Then the other thing I want to share, because it's all about the mundane, the practical, the everyday, how we move through the world. You know, sometimes we get caught in the ultimate dimension and we forget about the relative dimension, the historical dimension. Those times when we're totally misunderstood is sometimes me walking in the body I walk in every single day. People don't understand me or my experience, or people like me, or BIPOC people, LGBTQIA plus people, right? My kin. And so this everyday stuff. And, you know, I'm practicing with my practice is an aspiration around holding the suffering with the joy. There is a story with Thay also where, you know, Thay loves music. And, you know, there's a story where Thay is talking about hip hop. You know, it's like, you know, this joy around like hip hop. He invites a novice who can apparently hip hop, to do some hip hop. And you hear it like, and you hear this going on. Apparently he's dancing, not Thay, but the novice. And then you hear Thay say, Thay wants to learn how to do that. In the spirit of that, knowing I've taken on so much time already, but just so excited to be here with the Buddha, my family, you all, and celebrating my dear beloved teacher Thay, I want to offer you a mundane song. It's a secular song, but it's a mundane Dharma song. I've taken to calling myself a Dharma DJ in the spirit of Thay, in the spirit of celebration. It's by Chaka Khan. So I'm just going to play like the first 30 seconds, 45 seconds of it. Hopefully you can hear it. And if you can get up and dance, please dance, because there's some joy in the mundane. Like Thay talked about how these things went together. And everything, every day that we experience, we can find a Dharma message and a connection. So life is a dance. Can you all hear it? So I'm gonna get up and dance with the Buddha and Thay, because I'm experiencing some joy, even with the sadness and losing my teacher. Life is a dance. We have to learn how to move with it, not against it, not struggle. Find some levity, find some connection, find a way to move through it. Whether it's a disco or a Dharma hall, whether it's a bathroom or a cushion. Come on now. Woo! Thay, I love you, Thay. Thank you so much. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for your acceptance. Thank you for accepting all of us and all that we are. BIPOC, LGBTQIA+. Thank you for the space to be able to have the hard conversations that we need to continue to have in our Sangha to make it as inclusive as we dream. Thank you, our beloved teacher. Listen to the groove. Woo! The rhythm of your soul. Dance.
Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, Rhonda. And this will be our last sharing with Courtney. Thank you, Rhonda. Good to see you, Courtney.
Hello, dear Thay, dear Sangha. My Dharma name is Fragrant Concentration of the Heart. and I'm coming from the land of the Arapaho Ute and Cheyenne in Colorado. Joy in the mundane was something I got to experience quite a lot, as many of us have, at Plum Village. And I wrote in the Sangha with a group of devoted writers and practitioners a short piece about joy in the mundane at Plum Village. And this is also in the practice of teacher Natalie Goldberg, who was a student of Thay's. I want to write about the smell I love here, the damp rotting grasses and leaves in the field once darkness falls, the smell of dry mud warmed by the day's sunlight and cooled by fast approaching white stars under the exiting sunny sky, of sandalwood incense across the expanse of the meditation hall, of grounding oatmeal for breakfast and the sweet anise of vegetarian pho broth at a rare day of mindfulness lunch, of lavender soap, those damp brown leaves, humid and wet and muddy, mud from which the lotus blooms. Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney. So maybe the rest of you that didn't, if you have a poem that we didn't get to call on, if you could put it in the chat so we could enjoy it and be present to it. And I apologize. And we wanted to, I don't know, this is part of my minister training. I was always told you have to stay under 2 hours for a good memorial. Else we have to have Sister Peace teach us walking meditation. Sister Peace, I know you wanted to offer something.
Beloved Thay, dear beloved Sister Chan Kung, dear beloved, beautiful, brilliant, beloved community. I'd like to just read as Thay takes us out on with the guitar. I'm looking at Joe and I'm saying, Thay. This body of mine will disintegrate, but my actions will continue me. If you think I am only this body, then you have not truly seen me. When you look at my friends, you will see my continuation. When you see someone walking with mindfulness and compassion, you know they are my continuation. I don't see why we have to say, I will die, because I can already see myself in you, in other people, and in future generations. Even when the cloud is not there, it continues as snow or rain. It is impossible for the cloud to die. It can become rain or ice, but it cannot become nothing. The cloud does not need to have a soul in order to continue. There's no beginning and no end. I will never die. There will be a dissolution of this body, but that does not mean my death. I will always continue.
And thank you, Thay, and thank you to my team here, Kate and Brad and BK and Ava, all the way from Africa, and Joe, who's going to sing us out. Thank you for sharing your presence and your time and your words and your stories and songs. And we are being charged. We are being charged. We are our teacher's continuation. So with great love, we leave you with Joe.
Thank you, dear Peggy, dear Sister Peace. Thank you, Rhonda, and everybody who shared from your heart. Thank you all for being a loving and beautiful continuation of Thay. I send us out on this song, which was written at Plum Village, and the words are by Thay, and he invited folks to put it to music. So please sing along. I let the Buddha breathe. I let the Buddha walk. Try that with me. I let the Buddha breathe. I let the Buddha walk. The Buddha is breathing. The Buddha is walking. The Buddha is breathing. The Buddha is walking. And I let the Buddha breathe. I let the Buddha walk. And I let the Buddha breathe. And I let the Buddha walk. The Buddha is the breathing. The Buddha is the walking. The Buddha is the breathing. The Buddha is the walking. And I let the Buddha breathe. I let the Buddha walk. And I let the Buddha breathe. And I let the Buddha walk. There is only breathing. There is only walking. There is only breathing. There is only walking. And I let the Buddha breathe. I let the Buddha walk. And I let the Buddha breathe. And I let the Buddha walk. I let Jesus breathe. I let Jesus walk. And I let Jesus breathe. And I let Jesus walk. I let Mary breathe. I let Mary walk. And I let Mary breathe. And I let Mary walk. I let Thay breathe. I let Thay walk. We let Thay breathe. We let Thay walk. And I let the Buddha breathe. And I let the Buddha walk. And I let the Buddha breathe. And I let the Buddha walk. I let the ancestors breathe. I let the ancestors walk. And we let the ancestors breathe. And we let the ancestors walk. There is only breathing. There is only walking. There is only breathing. There is only walking.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. And did I remember to thank our beloved Kate and Brad? Did I remember to say that? I made Larry show up. He's not feeling great, but he's here. And this is Tashi. But thank you so much. Joe, you got another song? Go out singing. You want to say, hon?
Hello, dear people.
Hello.
Take good care.
Thank you so much, Ava.
Thank you.
You are the heartbeat of your mother and father. You are the wisdom of your grandparents. You are the visions of your ancestors. You are the rhythms of our Mother Earth. You are blessed. You are loved. Every moment of your life is a gift to us. You are blessed. You are loved. Every moment of your life is so precious. You are the heartbeat of your mother and father. You are the wisdom of your grandparents. You are the visions of your ancestors. You are the rhythms of our Mother Earth. You are blessed. You are loved. Every moment of your life is a gift to us. You are blessed. You are loved. Every moment of your life is so precious. You are the heartbeat. You are the heartbeat of your mother and father. You are the wisdom. You are the wisdom of your grandparents. You are the visions. You are the visions of your ancestors. You are the rhythms. You are the rhythms of our Mother Earth. You are blessed. You are loved. You are loved. Every moment of your life is a gift to us. You are blessed. You are loved. Every moment of your life is so precious. You are the heartbeat of your mother and father. You are the wisdom of your grandparents. You are the visions of your ancestors. You are the rhythms of our Mother Earth. You are blessed. You are loved. Every moment of your life is a gift to us. You are blessed. You are loved. Every moment of your life is so